welcome back. Hope you guys liked the last video. I told you I would start going to some drag racing events. So that event was on a Friday, and it was raining. So we left at 12, got there by 3. It was rain. I don't think the event started or the testing around till 6. Anyway, we stayed there till 12:30-ish. Got home at 2 a.m. But I wanted to get some video in. I didn't go Saturday and Sunday for the rest of the event. So hope you guys like that video. If you do. So, but as you guys saw for a thumbnail, back to the RC vlog. The addiction is full force on that. Besides that, we'll get into that. I'll show you guys what I'm doing with those cars. I did go test one of the cars out, and it was slow. It wasn't that fast, so it's okay. It's a trial, so we're just having fun with it. And then I got a couple projects going in. As you guys can see, I got another Acura RSX here. This one's an 04 for parts, so if anybody's interested, I do. I'll put my email in the description below, so if you guys are interested in any parts, let me know. I can always ship it to you, or you guys can pick it up. So besides that, I have another project that we got going on. Not really a project, it's a little truck that I got that I want to start building up and make it reliable and such, and you know, go on little adventures with it. But that'll be on the next video. Let me get started on the HPI stuff. Well, here we are. Welcome to my man cave. I just built this thing here because I had so many parts, a couple cars here. These are also for sale in my eBay store. Not that one, but the X-Ray T4 is. So if anybody's interested in that, it's just going to be a roller. It's on my eBay store, but I'll show you a couple things. But yeah, here's my man cave. Here's a couple cars I got going on. Show you guys around. Here's RX-7. If you guys like RX-7, thumbs up. If you don't, I don't like you. Just kidding. But here it is. Yeah. So this came in a new lot. It's a HPI RS42. You guys know I already have those cars. And it is a mess. So we are going to clean that now. It's just I don't know why the guy. It looks like the guy or the guy, girl. I don't know, but they were really hardcore racers back then, and it's just a mess. You know, probably just stopped, gave up on it, and you know, good for me. You know that I was able to get something like this. This car looks like it's got some really good parts on it, so we're gonna run it. It's not a show car. You know, some people put these as a trophy and don't even play with them and collect them. I do want to collect them, but, you know, on this one, I am going to clean it up, run it, and see how she does. So we'll get back to that. So I'm going to show you a couple other ones I have going on. So not this one, but I got this one also off eBay. This is the HPI R40. I don't know if you guys can see it. It was truly a mess. It was just a rolling chassis. I cleaned it up. I do need to put take all the bearings out and re-lubricate it, but I did want to clean it up, get it put back together. And this is my old LRP engine that I had on my other RS4 that I was racing, or drag racing. But as you can see, you know, I did clean it up. I put some new shocks on it, a couple little things. I bought this chassis off a buddy of mine. I think this is the Hera chassis. I'm not sure if it is or not, or maybe it's just another aftermarket chassis. I didn't ask him, but he had this available. I got the Centex clutch on it because that's what these cars run, is a Centex clutch. Big difference from the RS4 and the R40. The R40 is more of a racer's car. Suspension is different, as you can tell, and a couple other things. It doesn't come with wide tires, but that's something I added in the back. Probably won't run it with that, but it's just a beautiful car, so I love it. HPI makes some really good models. Pretty bummed that they don't make them anymore, but to make some prices go up, which is pretty cool, and a lot of people are just collecting them and building them. But I want to drive these cars. I don't want them to sit. There is one or two that I'll have just sit, but on these, I'm definitely going to drive this car. Maybe this one will be more on a actually on-road track and not for drag racing. So I have other cars for that. But, so there's my R40 there, and I'll show you guys the other cars I have going on also. When I got this car with the lot, I ended up getting this. So I got a good deal on eBay. Nobody else was bidding on it, so I got another R40 like mine. and it came with the RS4 too. Basically, and it also came with this engine. Really what I wanted this car for was the Centex clutch, because I was missing some pieces for this one. I couldn't figure it out, and this one had the full setup for the Centex clutch and this engine. It was seized, but I guess from sitting a while, but the engine is spinning now. I think the engine is a 12 STS engine, so looks like he didn't run these cars a lot, but you know, he ran them. They crashed because this arm was gone the same way this arm was gone. So I'm not sure what happened that both of them were gone. Maybe the track he was at or whatever the turn he was really trying to work on just broke off. So I have no idea. But just rambling right now. Anyway, this one's also for sale. I don't need 2 of these R40s. Not really interested. Here's this. This is also going to be on my eBay store if anybody is interested in that, and I'll put that down in the description below. But it's a really clean car. It is missing one dog bone or CVD, but that's about it. I mean, well, sorry. There's a lot of stuff that's missing. I am keeping the engine set up and all that stuff. You would have to put your own electronics. The electronics that came with the cars are outdated anyway, and they're really cheap to get. So the car is an expensive part. It's pretty rare. This is almost basically the Serpent version. I think Serpent makes an Impulse version of this. Mugen makes one too. I forgot what the Mugen's model is, but it's the same concept but for HPI. So I have plenty of parts, so in case that one breaks, you know, there's extra parts. I don't really need 2 R40s, but if I search, I'm sure I can get another one. But here we go. So that came with this. You know, this one was separate, and then I wanted an 8-scale Proceed, but I ended up getting this from a local that had 2 Mugens. I think there's a MTX5. I'm not sure. I totally forgot the Mugen. But it's an 8-scale car. I did sell my Serpent, so I wanted to get another 8-scale car. This one came in a box with a half a car, but all the parts were there. That one was converted to electric. I put it back to nitro. I had an extra 21 engine and exhaust I put on there. Sold that, but I kept this one, the complete one. This will be probably later to the last because it needs a full, all the bearings taken out, lubricated, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. So just want to give you an update on this, and I think that's about it. But besides that, here are my drag cars. If you guys are interested in drag cars, this car is an R Pro 4, the dry shaft version. Of course, that's my RS4 too. I did put a big block on it, so it does move pretty quick. I did test it really fast, but I haven't taken it to the track yet. They don't really like nitro cars there sometimes, but this is the main one that you guys are going to see right now. She just has an old setup that I had going on. I put a spool in the back. So she's got a one-way in the front, spool in the back. So we're going to see how that handles. And it's just a 5-turn motor on a hobby wing setup on that. So we're going to get more times on that and then see how far we can go. I remember when it was on the 3 Racing chassis, it ran a 2.5. So I went to the track and I was doing a 3. It would not move. I changed pinions and all that stuff. Come to find out, oh, my phone. Come to find out, it was, my transmitter wasn't, I didn't sync it properly, so full throttle was basically a quarter throttle on it. Anyway, rookie mistake. I got that fixed, so we're going to test that out soon and go from there. But we'll get back to this. We're going to clean the other car and then go from there. Or start cleaning this. I'm going to take the servos off, steering one and the throttle one. Even though they look like they don't work, still take them off. Take the engine out. I am trying to take the engine out. Actually, yesterday one of the bolts are stripped. So take that out so it's out of the way, and then we can start cleaning and see how clean this thing gets. Took the servo off on both. Took the tank off. Took the engine out. Actually had to drill out because this stripped. These are hard to take off, so that's going to happen. So OS 12 CV. These are pretty good engines. A lot of people use them for off-road trucks and stuff, so they're pretty good racing engines and pretty good if you're moving on from a basic, you know, factory, because it's really slow when these come like just stock. Just to move up as an upgrade, it's really good with a 2-speed and lighten it up a little bit. She'll move pretty good. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna degrease it. Not something a lot of you guys would probably recommend, but this is the best method for me right now and quickest method. I'll actually degrease it wash it off, and then of course not air dry it with a compressor. Hose it off or whichever way you want to do it, or the air, and then you know, wipe it all down again and air it out so nothing gets in there, gets corroded. After this, I wouldn't recommend driving the car. You know, I would take all the bearings out and soak them overnight in oil, and then put it all back together so she's pretty smooth. And you know, anyway, a lot of these screws need to be replaced. They're probably hard to take off and corroded. So here we go. Let it soak in for a little bit, seep into the crust and all that stuff. Get your handy dandy toothbrush. Don't use this afterwards. It'll be this. Scrub it all down and then wash it off. And if you have to do it a couple times, do it a couple times. All right, there it is. Not bad. Just remember, when you guys, if anybody's wanting to do this, you know, degrease it and wash it off and air dry it, or use an air compressor. If you don't have an air compressor, you know, they sell the cans for your computer and stuff like that, that you can air clean your computers. You can use that. But here's that, and it's pretty clean. Again, you know, it's not going to hurt anything. This car's been sitting for a very long time. If anything, it's already been, the bearings are probably dried out and all that good stuff. So just remember, take everything apart. At least now it'll be a lot cleaner to take things apart and redo it. You know, it might mess up the anodized parts, but these were already faded, so I'm not too worried about it. And it looks way better now. So hope you guys like that. So there's that. And then I cleaned the engine. I did not wash this, so don't do that. I use carb cleaner for that part. Get an oil pan like this, or even smaller. You can even go to a dollar store. They sell the oil pans for like $1. You can do that. Toothbrush is cheap. And the cans for carb cleaner and degreaser are pretty cheap. So this is all something you could probably do maybe with 20 bucks, and it'll clean your cars pretty quick, pretty good. Of course, this is not something that you're going to run tomorrow. You know, just remember, you are going to take these apart and then re-lube everything. Make sure everything's not dry rotted, and what you can use, especially the belts. Who knows, they might snap off from being sitting for so long. Probably dry rotted, so I wasn't worried about that. I have some other ones I can do. So, all right, see you next time.